Hi everyone, it's Jaden, and you're listening to the Health Notes podcast, where I talk about everything from health and lifestyle to mindset for the performing artist. Whether you're a singer, an actor, or simply a health and fitness enthusiast, I hope you'll join me in discovering how we can elevate our health to give our best performances. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Health Notes. Today we're talking about my latest workout obsession, and that is Pilates. And it has become such a favorite of mine because I found that it has actually improved my vocal quality. Yes, I'm not kidding. I have literally felt the benefits of this low impact workout even a few classes in. It isn't just for fitness enthusiasts or dancers. It can actually improve your singing in ways you might not expect. So let's break it down. First, I just want to talk a little bit about Pilates and where the name comes from, because I had always wondered why when I typed out the word, my autocorrect tried to capitalize the P. Well, it turns out Pilates is actually named after its developer, Joseph Pilates. He started developing this way of training during World War I, and after growing up as a frail child with multiple health issues, it gained popularity when he opened his first studio in New York, and it quickly became popular among dancers and athletes. That's all I really wanted to say, so maybe you already know that, but it was news to me. There are 3 major improvements to my singing I noticed almost instantly when I started taking Pilates. Let's start with number 1, and that is posture. As singers, we all know how vital this is. Good posture is the foundation for efficient and powerful singing. If you're slouched or tense, your sound is going to suffer. It's as simple as that. Now, you may already know that, but posture shouldn't be something you have to constantly think about. Singing is hard enough. Good posture should really be second nature. But how do we actually train our muscles in a way that will help with better alignment? Pilates is incredible for this. Pilates works the deep core muscles like the transverse abdominis and the multifidus, which are critical for stabilizing your spine and ensuring proper breath control. The transverse abdominis is also known as the body's natural corset because it is the deepest of all the abdominal muscles and supports your internal organs. It also helps with forced exhalation. Have you ever been told by your teacher to pretend you're falling and brace yourself while trying to hit that high note? This is because the transverse abdominis engages whenever you brace and contract it. This is what helps the forced exhalation happen and ensures you're using the correct muscles, the ones in your abdomen, not in your throat, to get that clear sound you want. The multifidus muscle is the deepest layer of muscles in your back and runs along the sides of your spine. Along with the transverse abdominis and the pelvic floor muscles, this muscle helps stabilize your lower back, so you might notice lower back pain if these are weak. At one point in my life, I definitely noticed this pain, especially when I was sitting down at the piano bench and having nothing to lean on. These muscles need to be strong in order to stand and sing with correct posture. One of my favorite Pilates exercises to help strengthen these deep core muscles is called the dead bug. Weird name, but honestly, it feels amazing. To strengthen the multifidus muscle, try the Pilates swimming exercise. Both of these exercises require nothing but a mat, and even just doing a few before singing can really help you to make sure your deep core is engaged. What I love about Pilates is that it trains your body to naturally find a balanced, open posture. It's not about forcing your body to stand up straight. A lot of the times when teachers or coaches told me to fix my posture, I would overcorrect, and that would just lead to more tension. If you strengthen these muscles, your alignment will naturally come. And the best part is you won't even have to think about it. When your spine is aligned naturally, your rib cage can expand fully, and that's a game changer for breath control, which is improvement number 2. I think we can all agree that breath control is important for singing, but what does this really mean? The term is thrown around a lot in lessons, but the basic principle of breathing is sometimes overlooked. Pilates is basically a masterclass in how to breathe efficiently. One of the first things you learn in Pilates is lateral breathing, where you expand your ribs outward instead of shallow breathing that raises your chest. With every concentric contraction, meaning the shortening of the muscles, you exhale, and with every eccentric contraction, the lengthening of the muscle, you inhale. This allows your diaphragm to contract, meaning it goes down, while your lungs fill with air and expand your rib cage. The diaphragm is an involuntary muscle controlled by your nervous system. This is why it's important to practice releasing your muscles around your rib cage with lateral breathing so your diaphragm can easily pull air into your lungs. When you're ready to breathe out, the diaphragm releases and, along with the help of your core muscles, pushes air out of your lungs. Pilates also strengthens the rectus abdominis, also known as your six-pack abs, which are essential for singing and providing support for your diaphragm. However, you may have heard that it's not ideal for singers to have a six-pack. This is because when flexed, the muscles collapse the rib cage. However, I have found that Pilates actually strengthens these muscles just enough, and often their specific exercises incorporate lateral breathing, which encourages the rib cage to expand. Think about those long, sustained phrases that are marked piano. Having a strong core gives you the control to nail those. And I almost forgot, Pilates has helped me so much with pelvic alignment. If your pelvis is tilted too far forward or back, it can throw off your alignment and breathing. Pilates exercises like pelvic tilts and bridges help you find neutral pelvis alignment, which is essential for both singing and overall movement. One of the personal benefits I saw with Pilates is how, because it improves core engagement, it also improved my vibrato. The main thing about vibrato is that it should never be something you think about or consciously try to do. But if you're like me and once had a habit of trying to sound like an opera singer, you could be unconsciously creating artificial vibrato and creating tension in your throat instead of using your core. This is a big problem, but I have noticed significant improvement in the rate and consistency of my natural vibrato since incorporating those core exercises. When you engage your transverse abdominis properly, it supports your breath and allows your voice to flow freely. Plus, by improving flexibility and control in your pelvic area, you create a more stable foundation for consistent vibrato. It's like having a steady anchor while allowing your voice to dance on top. Pilates really does strengthen your core while teaching you to release any unnecessary tension. Improvement number 3, well-being. Pilates isn't just about physical movement, it also boosts your overall well-being and mood, which directly impacts your singing. Let's break these into a few key areas. Stress is as much mental as it is physical, and Pilates helps so much with the mental side by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your body's rest and digest mode, the opposite of fight or flight. The release of the hormone oxytocin is stimulated by this parasympathetic nervous system, especially when engaging in social activities like working out in groups. This makes so much sense because I love working out with others, even if I'm just surrounded by people in the gym. It gives me so much more motivation and keeps me feeling optimistic. This leads me to the feel-good hormones, endorphins. These, along with the regulations of serotonin and dopamine, are all at play during a good Pilates workout. And honestly, who doesn't want to be feeling optimistic when you walk into that practice room? Now, I know what you may be thinking, can't any workout help with these things? Sure, but Pilates is unique because of its focus on mind-body connection. Every exercise requires you to be present, to connect your movement with your breath, and to pay attention to your alignment. The mindfulness actually carries over into your singing, where awareness and control are key. You've probably seen videos of singers practicing on treadmills to build stamina. That's a big trend these days. While that's great for endurance, Pilates can take it a step further by teaching you how to use your body efficiently. It's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter, which you can definitely say the same thing about singing. So why Pilates for singers? Because I think it's the total package. It helps you stand taller, breathe deeper, sing freer, and overall feel better. Plus, it's really fun. I've really fallen in love with Pilates because I love how the workouts make me feel and the overall vibe of the class, honestly. I really love the low impact aspect of it, and I love working out with others. I hope this episode inspires you to give it a try. Even if you're skeptical, start small, maybe with some simple breathing exercises or a beginner class. I generally do mat Pilates, so if you want to try it out on your own without buying a subscription to a Pilates studio, I definitely recommend it. You might be surprised at how much a difference it can make. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new one, and share it with a friend who might find it helpful. I also want to start featuring your reviews at the start of this podcast, so if you would like a shout out, please leave a 5-star review and give @HealthNotesPodcast a follow on Instagram. Until next time, sing strong and stay healthy. The information information in this podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before making any decisions related to your health.